Welcome back to your triple coverage show here at the studios of Connecticut School of Broadcasting. I'm Daniel Force along with Mike Sanfilippo and Sean Beverwick.
You did that intentionally this time.
Yes, I did. And no redos.
I will go.
And here we go back to Around the League in the National Football League.
Yes.
As we get ready to discuss San Diego 31, Kansas City 0.
Kansas City had a grand total of what, 67 yards?
Absolutely.
All I see on the scoreboard is a goose egg, and that's pretty much all. That's pretty much all it says for this game. Brodie Croyle comes in. What do you want from the kid? All right. He's not Matt Castle. He's not going to be able to run. He's not going to be able to pass the football all over the place, especially against the San Diego Chargers defense. Enough said.
You want more than 19 passing yards, though. I mean, he had 67 yards total for the game. I mean, I realized that San Diego was going to win this game, especially with Matt Castle out. Well, you want a little bit more, I mean, out of the Chiefs this game. But there's still a game ahead of San Diego.
Absolutely.
They still have, and they played the Raiders the last week of the year.
Yes, they do. And that should be a win.
Now, the problem with San Diego is that they were swept by the Raiders. So tiebreakers right now are still in the Chiefs. They've now split with San Diego. So the tiebreakers right now are still in the Chiefs'
favor.
In Chiefs' favor. So you have to figure right now still Kansas City has a game and a half lead. Unless they lose to the Raiders at the end of the year, and that's done. They'll be swept.
I still feel that in this division, the winner is going to the playoffs because I don't see whoever finishes in second, they're not going to make it.
Oh yeah, there's no wild card coming out.
There's no wild card coming out.
No wild card coming either Western divisions.
Absolutely. And let's go right now to the worst division in the entire NFL.
Well, one quick thing about that game.
Oh, okay.
A big game in response to where they got beat up by Oakland last week. San Diego, nice comeback. They're 7-6.
Yep.
It's not entirely in their hands, but they have a weak last 3 games. I could still see San Diego finishing 10-6 and getting at least one home game in the playoffs.
A slow start is not helping them right now.
No, that loss to the Raiders last week threw everything into disarray.
However, having a bad year, even though you know that they're a good team, they're going to get a good draft pick. What are they going to use it on? Because they know that they're going to be a good
Well, if
team.
they finish 10-6, it's not going to be a good draft pick.
It's going to be decent.
Power runner to go alongside of Sproles.
Good idea.
Yeah.
You know, they got talent everywhere else in that offense.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Next game.
The next game, the worst division in the entire NFL, the NFC West. And we all said the Niners were going to win. I just didn't expect them to destroy Seattle 40-20.
What the heck is up?
Blew 'em out, yeah.
What the heck is up with all these NFC West teams? I mean, was San Francisco and Arizona scoring?
Stink. That's what's up with them.
Exactly.
How can you say they stink? 43-40.
The Rams, Rams have destiny in their hands now.
Exactly.
However, they do have to play at Seattle at the end of the year.
Yep.
It only happens when somehow a team in the NFC West plays a team that is somehow worse. Of course, when I'm talking about the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers, who can show signs.
Shines.
Shining signs
Okay.
of what they should be.
What should
Okay?
they be?
See, the Rams of Seattle, they both have fairly tough games coming up, but the Rams are playing home against Kansas City.
Yeah.
All right. I guess you could call that the I-70 game. Because remember, it dates back to the 85 World Series, the I-70 World Series.
Okay, okay.
And then
I'll allow it.
Seattle hosts Atlanta. Atlanta's going for that 1 seed.
You're a
They
host
could
of the
possibly
show
both
now?
lose.
You'll allow it?
They could possibly both lose that game and still be in first place at 6-8.
6-7.
Well, we'll be 6-8. They both lose that seed.
I asked it once, I'll ask it again. Does a 7-9 team win this division?
Of course.
Does the St. Louis Rams actually are they watchable? Are they a watchable football team?
No.
No.
How can you not watch? It's Sam Bradford, Steven Jackson. At least they got players. They have guys. You mean you got the number one?
They'll get knocked down in the first round.
Exactly.
Yes. I mean, let's.
If they win the division, they're
Yes.
going to get 1 home game. But you're talking about either the Eagles, the Giants, or New Orleans going in there. They're not winning that game. You know, they're going to be up against a much better team, and they have no playoff experience.
Nope.
I mean, again, the Giants, the Eagles, they both might get in. Whoever doesn't get in might have to travel to St. Louis to play the Rams. What's Bradford going to do? He's got OC and Tuck coming at him, or the Eagles blitzing hell out of him.
Absolutely.
Very true.
And speaking about that 4th team in the NFC West, as we talked about St. Louis. They lost to New Orleans.
Well, you can see that coming. New Orleans is really hitting their stride. New Orleans
Yeah.
is 10-3. That game was at New Orleans. I didn't expect the Rams to put a bunch of fight in that game. New Orleans, I think is going to be still when push comes to shove in the NFC. You know, I still think they're the team to beat. You know, if they end up winning that division, you got to go win down in New Orleans in January. That's a tough place to play.
I honestly.
They have to play in a cold weather site. It's a different story, man.
It is.
I think them and the Chargers are the same. A rough start is going to be the end of them. Not going to be the end of their season though, because I do think they'll make the playoffs.
They can still finish 13-3.
I know
The record last year.
I know that, but you look at what the Falcons have done. Look, they don't.
However, they're at Baltimore next week.
Atlanta.
No, New Orleans.
New Orleans is at Baltimore.
Right. And Atlanta is at Seattle.
I'll have some things to say on Thursday. I'm not going to get too much. I'm not going to get into it there right now. But yeah.
Okay. How about that Monday nighter? Besides the Giant game,
Okay.
Baltimore against Houston. I believe Baltimore. I don't have the score in front of me right now.
34-28.
34-28.
Wow, in overtime?
Right.
I did not know that game was going to go in overtime. I thought it was going to be complete
It
destruction.
was at one point 21-0 Baltimore. Houston got a touchdown right at the end of the half. And then it was 28-7. And then there was a big drop.
The fourth quarter. Let me tell you something.
Houston went up and down the field in the fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter. This is. I've said this for years. The Baltimore Ravens defense. They can't get off the field. In the fourth quarter, they cannot get off the field. So, what does Cam Cameron do when he gets the football with about, say 3 minutes left, and the ability to get a first down to end the football game? What does he do on 3rd down and 2?
Throws the ball.
And what happens?
Got picked off.
No, worse, incomplete pass. Okay?
Had to turn the ball over.
Had to turn the ball over to Houston. What happens? Andre Johnson makes
A great
a
catch.
highlight reel catch.
And then 2-point conversion catch.
2-point conversion catch, Jacoby Jones.
Jacoby Jones, great catch.
Terrific catch.
Ties the game up.
Overtime.
They stopped Baltimore in the initial possession overtime. But
3 and out.
But a terrible play by the punt returner. Had them backed up on their own 8-yard line. Should never have tried to catch and run that ball. And then second play,
Brad Cook.
Josh Wilson picks it. Game over.
Give me the most valuable player to Brad Cook, the punter. Okay? 5 punts inside the 10.
Right.
Terrific job.
It's a lot like the Miami punter did. Brandon Fields, all them boomers against the Jets.
Average.
Goes to show you, a punter can be a
Average
big,
starting yardage.
big weapon.
Average starting yardage for the Houston
Just look at
Texans
the checked off
was average starting yardage for the Houston Texans.
That's why I said Brandon Fields.
During the first half, their average starting yardage, their own 9-yard line. Okay?